people think that women in this country, I think, don't have the empowerment that they actually have.
I think this is a very, it's a huge misunderstanding, because just to give you an idea, first time I traveled to the UK, I didn't even understand what feminism is, because I never had an issue with being discriminated against. I never, from day one, we had equal pay. From day one, we had equal access to everything. So for me, that, you know, addressing women issues and women challenges has been a new concept, and that's why I find it extremely interesting to see, for example, the reaction of people faces when I go to conferences, and I'm actually the head of my delegation, and coming from the Middle East, people think I will be either the assistant or the secretary or the note taker, and they get, you know, in the beginning it used to get me a bit frustrated, but then I just, you know, I find it very amusing to wait and see the look on their faces once, you know, they realize that I'm actually, you know, I have something to say, and I'm in a position to represent my country in such global events.
Well, a key aspect of sustainability that is so often forgotten is that sustainability is not just environmental sustainability, it's also about equity and economy. And that's one of the most frequently, probably the most misunderstood thing about sustainability, I think. And as sustainability director at Masdar, what can you say about that topic, and how important it is for that to be better explained and better implemented in sustainability programs?
So more and more you see companies, large corporations actually, which is basically driven by profit. They are incorporating sustainability in their C-suite. So you have a lot of, you know, big companies like, for example, IKEA, Walmart, all these very commercially driven organizations have sustainability at the C-suite through a chief sustainability officer position. If sustainability was only about the environment, I don't think they would have done that. Sustainability is literally a better way to do business, because for any organization or for any business I can't even say anything about basically the growth without mentioning the word sustainability, because that's what it takes for you to grow and to maintain your existence. You need to be sustainable, and any decision you make have to balance all these three factors, because if you're a large corporation operating in an environment where your decision is only based on economic reasons, then you are gonna and without measuring your impact in the environment, then basically the environment will hit you back, because that is a very we need to learn how to respect our environment in a way that and use the environment to enable our success. The other thing is, if you are oblivious of your social impact on either on your employees, on the societies you operate, then you will never be able to grow in these communities, and it's going to affect your brand. There is a huge increase in the consumers' awareness of sustainability, and for them the consumers' awareness of the impact that these companies are making on the environment, on the society, and they are the one with the purchasing power. So they are now in a position to utilize this power to make the right choices. So if I would prefer to become or to use a product that is being sourced from a very sustainable supply chain. I want to make sure that the product I'm buying is not being manufactured by child labor. I want to make sure that the furniture I'm buying is not being used using uncertified wood. And for me now, and because information became extremely easy to access. People have access to
Especially
information.
thanks to blogs and
Exactly, thanks to blog and people like you and website and and all the social media platforms, it became a business decision to be more sustainable, not only for environmental reasons, but also to drive your growth within your industry in a very competitive industry.
I think for a while it was expected that if you had a sustainability focus, you were not going to perform as well in business. But I think it's been well documented now that the companies that put this really at the center perform better. And we even see that at the level in the auto industry. We have Tesla, Elon Musk.
Absolutely.
He speaks very frankly about profits not his first aim. And that seems to have served him so extremely well. So I think it's just another example of how useful that is. And last night in the Women in Sustainability event that you hosted, this wonderful event, I think it was the CEO and president of GE Golf who was answering a question about mandates for women on board in boardrooms. And she said, basically, if there aren't women in the boardroom represented enough, the company is not going to do as well anyway.
Yeah.
So you don't have to mandate it because they're not going to succeed as well.
Yeah.
So you have an engineering degree.
Yeah.
You were associate director, I think, of the Abu Dhabi Police.
No, the planning department.
Of the planning department.
Yes.
Okay. Well, these are atypical roles for a woman to be leading, I think, in any country in the world that I've ever been to or lived in. Can you speak a bit about any difficulties with that, about what drove you into those places, and perhaps what enabled you in this country where it seems women get so much empowerment and so much opportunity to do this kind of thing?
I think the main enabler to me and I think all the UAE women is a respect due to the soul of His Highness Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan. Sheikh Zayed has been adamant about empowerment of women in all sectors. So basically, the day the UAE was established, or the year the UAE was established in 1971, was the same year where the Women Union was established. And from day one, we had equal access to education, equal access to health. He was, very vocal about, women being half of the society. They need to get the actual equal opportunities in everything. And he was, extremely passionate about positioning women in leadership position.
It's interesting. It's just how important it is. Thank you so much for spending the time. You're a very important and busy person, so I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.